Good morning. My name is Manny Sarmiento. I'm here at Miami's Community Newspapers and glad to be here at Miami Community Newspapers with the Miller family and staff. I have with me an amazing guest. And by the way, I forgot to say it because I'm a little humble. I am with the Doral Chamber of Commerce. I welcome you to, if you want to lift up your business, survive and strive and grow your business, you really need to look into us. We've got marketing packages right now for you. We work together closely with Miami Community Newspapers and their marketing packages. I really encourage you to come on board, doralchamber.org, look us up. We're back to networking. We have a campaign called We're Back because we're at Top Golf May 25th, networking, having fun, playing golf, having a brunch and lunch. Live, no Zoom. We're not Zooming. We're going to hit those balls into those holes and we're going to have fun and network and build our business. DoralChamber.org/we're back. No apostrophe. DoralChamber.org/we're back. Register now. We have limited spacing for that. But with us today is a great person. I know how because he's great because I was part of last year's elections. I ran for mayor, didn't make it, unfortunately. Maybe in the future. Oh, no, Carmen doesn't like that. Our VP doesn't want me to do that. But Juan Carlos Esquivel also ran. That's not a good title, right? Also ran. Okay. No. Juan Carlos Esquivel ran for commission seat, and it looks like there's rumors you might be running again, huh?
Oh, that's 100%. I will be running again for a seat.
Oh,
know yet. Do not know yet which seat. I might be running for the city of Doral in the 2022 elections.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like that. That's exciting. Now, I endorsed him back in 20, and if you do finally finalize that you're running in 2022, I am backing you 100%. It is important to have reputable people, and that's a tough word in politics nowadays, to have reputable people like Juan Carlos Esquivel running our communities. Okay, and we're going to talk about some very touchy subjects today. Now, I know that, we don't want to be too controversial, but we want to give you the facts. Okay, we want to talk about the truth.
Yes.
Unfortunately, one of the reasons I ran for mayor in 2020 for the city of Doral is that I saw a lot of issues. I'm not a politician. That's actually the first time since sixth grade, that I ran for office somewhere in elementary school. So I lost both times. Unfortunately, but I'm 2 for 2. Okay, 100%. Okay,
but maybe they say the third one is the one.
Third time's a charm, right? The reason I ran is because I saw a lot of stuff I didn't like going on in the city of Doral, and I believe it's still going on. And so we might be a little controversial today, but we want to bring you the truth. We want people to hear about what is actually going on in Doral. I want to also see the vision, your vision. So let's start with your history. Tell me about you. Remember, we got 30 minutes, so I know you love to talk.
Okay.
You're like me, but we got to keep it short.
Informed, something that it doesn't happen in our city.
Informed. I love that. Okay. We're going to keep this going on with some other guests too.
Informed. Okay, well.
So tell me about you.
I am a Venezuelan native. I've been in the U.S. for the last 46 years. A businessman for 32 years in the city of Doral.
Well, wait. You got some Cuban in you, don't you?
I do. I'm a Cuban Venezuelan. My father's Cuban. My mother was Venezuelan. I was born there. I came here to the U.S. when I was 13 years old.
And you can merengue, right?
I can merengue, salsa, and whatever. Anyway, I ran for the city of Doral in last election, like you did mention, for seat number 3. And I like to publicly thank 7,077 voters that went out and voted for me back in that election. We went on to a runoff, Unfortunately, there are 4 things. I thought there were only 3 things in politics, strategic, funds, and diligence. There's a 4th one I cannot mention in the air. Kids are watching anyway.
Okay. Yeah, this is a family show. So
it is a family show. And we're here, basically, I am an activist. I am a businessman that is very much concerned about the way our city is being run.
Let me ask you something, but since you mentioned 7,700 people, should we have a recount of the absentee ballots in Doral?
We're too late for that.
That was a joke.
No, we're too late for that. But I would have done that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't want the city to pay for more extra. Did you know that a runoff election costs $58,000? We have tried. The city in the past have tried to get rid of the runoff elections, but they don't do it because he's got to go to the voters. Now, the voters, when they ask the question, they trickily, they mix the question with other things and other issues.
Yes.
So they vote no for the other issues because I mean, in anybody's right mind, a regular election will cost the city almost $15,000 because it's the Commission of Elections spreads the cost to all the cities that are being having elections. Now, when you have a runoff election like the one we had in Doral, it was just the only runoff election.
One seat.
Seat number 3. $58,000 the city paid for a runoff election.
Wow.
As a future candidate, and one of my goals is to really put this back on the ballot by itself, meaning that you don't want the residents of Doral do not want to pay a runoff election.
Wow,
Therefore,
we pay for everything else. Lots of money floating
well,
out
that's
there.
another thing.
We need to talk about.
We need to
things.
manage the city very well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Manage
so
the city.
That would
very
start
well.
with having you on the council.
Well, as a businessman, a successful businessman, I think I can put a lot of input into that.
Okay. I'm very passionate, and what I want is change, and I want change in Doral.
We all do.
I'm the president of the chamber. We've run the chamber since 2008. We have an excellent reputation. Myself, we have Carmen Lopez, by the way, sitting in our audience here, our VP. Carmen and I founded this chamber with the purpose of helping your businesses out. But this current administration, this current council, and
incidentally,
the mayor
I'd like to
doesn't get it. And you told me you would support, and like you're supposed to do, support the Chamber of Commerce.
Definitely,
especially one like ours,
especially
so active.
Like you guys. You guys work very hard.
We work our tails off, man.
And you guys are pro city, pro business. Businesses in a community are the basis over the economy. Why Kendall is not a city? Because there's only houses. There's no businesses. Mm-hmm. The city of Doral became a city because there were a lot of businesses.
And by the way, they don't have a city, but they do have a chamber.
They do.
West Kendall. They have a couple of good organizations. Chamber South is an excellent organization. Okay. They've really structured. They've got some really great chambers and more or less business organizations like the Doral Chamber of Commerce that do good stuff for the city. So I mean, for the
you guys do work a lot, and I'd like to recognize that as a Doral resident and businessman.
Well, let's talk about you. Let's talk about the issues here. Let's get back. We love each other.
That's what we're here for.
We love each other, right? Okay. All right. So let's talk about. I want to talk about something that I mentioned during the campaign, and you also mentioned. We had a mass exodus of employees before pre-COVID and post-COVID. I mean, during COVID and now post-COVID, we're still losing great people. What's happened? What happened to the current city manager? What's going on right now?
Well, when you run a city like you run a farm, and you're
a farm or a farm?
A farm where you are the capataz.
I told you to be controversial. I didn't expect this. Okay, that's good.
Well, you basically have you don't have leadership, and when you don't have leadership in any source of business or structure, people have a tendency to leave. Right now, the latest one that left is Mr. Al Childers.
Wow,
our city manager.
Al's been with us since 2005, I believe.
Well, he was there almost 14 years.
Since the inception of the city, the creation of the city, right?
Exactly. Okay. But 3 years ago, he was sworn in as a city manager. Okay, and we understand that he resigned, and the interim city manager is the chief of police.
Okay. I heard that this morning from you. Okay, wait. So you have and by the way, Organ Vitas is an excellent individual.
Yeah, I'm not discussing anything or questioning. He's 32 years as a law enforcement. He's a great
I don't want him
policeman.
stopping me on 82nd Avenue.
No, he will. No, I don't think he drives a patrol car anymore.
he would probably JC would probably send him to get me. Never mind. Let me get positive here. So, but is not how can the chief, because the city manager's role is controls.
Well, the chief of police reports to the city manager.
To the city manager.
Exactly. So, I like to know where does that click? Not to mention the fact that back in the 2020 elections, there were 6 amendments. One of them was talking about the qualifications of the city manager, city attorney, whatever, that he went from 3 years of experience in public office, as a manager, and a bachelor's degree, to 10 years of experience with a master's degree.
That's a new ordinance.
That's the new ordinance. It became to
10
law.
years with a master's degree.
Yes.
10 years experience in city management and a master's degree.
And a master's degree.
Are we ever going to find someone like that?
I don't know. We probably have to bring somebody from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, but I told you, from Tulsa, they will not come
They
here.
will not come here. It's too warm in here.
No, they got their steers, they got their cows, they got their amazing living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, I love Tulsa.
Okay. But it is a controversial thing, even though they call it the interim. Interim, they love that word.
Interim.
Everybody starts with an interim, and then 14 years later, being an interim, you become the city manager.
Let me say something. Let's talk about really quick transparency. And I want to ask Carmen to make sure we text our staff. Can you make sure that JC Bermudez is tagged on this for this show? I want to make sure he's watching, because we have transparency, unlike the city.
Yeah,
we're still not live. We still don't have live city council meetings, right? Want to use COVID as an excuse, and we're still having council meetings at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Even though the governor of Florida lifted all the bans. I mean, they have to open up City Hall, and people like me.
So we can't
watch it. Hey, by the way, I watch it online.
I watch it later.
But it's not. No. I watch it live. Okay, but it's not. It's not the same.
She's already controlling me. I think she thinks Carmen thinks I'm being too controversial.
Well, maybe she knows you too well.
Okay. All right. So what happened? Why did we have that mass exodus out of Doral? Over 200,
I believe it's leadership.
200 employees.
Almost 200 employees. As a matter of fact, the building planning director, interim building and planning director, also resigned. But they didn't, because they weren't going to give her the formal position. Yeah. Okay, so she resigned, and when they found out, hey, listen, another person trying to resign, let's just give her the position, and she was given the position, and she came back.
What's the word when you give a job to someone in your family or someone you know? It's not nepotism. What's the other word?
Favoritism.
Favoritism. Okay, all right.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of things happening in the boards of in the board.
Was that Jane Decker?
Jen Decker,
another exceptional person. We almost lost her.
Yeah, we almost lost her, and she does a great job. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her with all the mess that we're having with the new system. You can go back to the agenda they had last week. There's a big mess in the permits and code compliance, or the code compliance office, okay, where you have hundreds and hundreds of permits open, and the backlog is huge. Okay, this made some comments on that thing. You please don't forget the comments that Mr. Bermudez said that he had a neighbor bugging him for his permit.
That was in the city council
meeting. In the city bugging him. Okay.
And but you can watch the city council.
You can watch the city council
online.
And go detailed to the comments. Okay. Another comment, like Miss Mariaca, Councilwoman Mariaca, said that good luck if you want to get things resolved. These are elected officials. Okay. Those are not comments that they have to make.
Well, we had a business, one of our trustee members that we finally got them to move to Doral. And it took him 2 years to get his permits for a print shop.
Please.
2 years.
Don't touch that dial.
He paid rent for 2 years on two places. I'm not talking about $3,000 rent. I'm talking about $15,000, $20,000.
Is that Toraldo?
No, not Toraldo.
Oh, no. Toraldo paid $18,000 a month for 2.5 years waiting for the permit to open up the business. I mean, you already started with a debt of so much, thousands of dollars in the hole because of waiting for permits.
Yeah,
everybody talks about this. Oh, the city of Doral. No, when you go lease a place, right now that the city is going to have a lot of vacancy in office space, okay, because a lot of people are working due to COVID at home, and it's going to become the new normal, okay? Every time you go check and check for an office space or warehousing, or you want to put a mechanic place in the city of Doral, the landlords will tell you, I will give you 30 days for you to get a permit.
Right, you have to do your due diligence. We've talked about that.
I know before, yeah.
We used to have an excellent program about how to do business in Doral. We would tell people that. We make sure at the chamber we do that. If it's a simple office, licensing is pretty simple.
Oh, very much.
But if you need permits, you need to build.
If the office was established as a prior office, okay? Because if not, you have to change the code. Okay,
you're considering
changing the code is actually something
Oh no, that's no,
a nightmare for any businessman or investor
do your
in
due
the city.
diligence, whether it's Doral or any other city. Do your due diligence.
that's a
Don't just
business
sign a
decision.
lease without checking for zoning, making sure you can have that type of business in that location. We've seen that a lot at the chamber. Now, let's talk about voting in a socialist city. Let's say Venezuela,
Ooh.
Cuba, China. Okay, so if we run for election in one of these countries and the city council doesn't like something with very vague ordinance, they can say, "Oh, Juan Carlos, you cannot run because you have this."
You don't have to go to a social country.
Oh wait,
to do this.
That's the
this
latest
is happening.
Ordinance in the city of Doral, right?
This is happening right now.
So the council can say, "No, you cannot run."
They could disqualify you.
What kind of crazy lunacy is that?
If you look at the coming elections, rumors say, okay, first of all, that Mr. Bermudez will be leaving the seat as city mayor.
All these people voted for him to give us 4 years, and now he's
going to run on 2022 for Pepe Diaz's seat of our district.
That's a rumor, though. Rumors.
No, well,
okay.
They say when the river sounds, it's because rocks are coming in.
I really despise when you give someone your vote for 4 years, and then 2 years later, and this must have been known because Pepe Diaz
cannot be reelected.
12, there's term limits. Thank
20
God,
years?
hallelujah. We should have
20 years
term limits. 20 years, yeah, okay. And I believe Pepe Diaz. The rumor is he's running for.
He's running for
Sweetwater.
For the Sweetwater again.
That's going to be a nice campaign to watch.
Oh, it's going to be nice.
So
one of the other candidates for the seat or District 12 is the current mayor of Sweetwater.
Being a newbie in politics, I understand that these people already know this stuff, right? They're going to do. They know this. Right?
They come from here to there, there to there. They switch them chairs.
So the rumor is that Bermudez is going to quit after 2 years. I'm not sure if they have to resign to run. We have to find out if that's true.
Well, he will still be the mayor, signing mayor, until a new successor comes into place at the end of the elections in 2022. Now, this is interesting because that's going to leave an additional empty seat. You see, in 2022, you had seat number 2, which is Pete Cabrera's seat. He cannot run again, okay? But being the city mayor's empty, there are rumors that say, well, not a rumor. He published this in the Venezolano newspaper that he was running and thinking about running for the city of mayor seat.
I got a tweet yesterday from Pete Cabrera. Said Pete for Doral.
Yeah, definitely preparing. We're already campaigning. I am campaigning.
So it's very disappointing. It must be disappointing that I didn't vote for JC Bermudez. I have what's our slogan? Don't blame me. I voted for Manny.
Yeah. Don't blame me. I voted for Esquivel.
Esquivel, right?
Anyway, Pete Cabrera running for the city mayor. Okay, will leave Claudia Mariaca eager for that seat as well. So Mariaca may run again. So that may leave seat number 1, seat number 2. For Pete, and then Digna, seat number 4, has to run again.
Digna Cabral.
Okay, Digna Cabral must be. She wants to get reelected. I believe she's gonna. She wants to get reelected, and that would leave actually 4 seats.
But wait, it doesn't matter
for election.
It doesn't matter if Bermudez leaves because he's going to have a nice pension now that he just voted himself into, right?
Definitely, it's going to cost the taxpayers of Doral a lot of money.
Overall, rumors are from $1 million to $4 million as a pension.
That's just in Bermuda.
That the 5 on the council voted to give themselves now?
Obviously, because you have to figure it out that
that's your money. That's my money.
It is our money.
And we're paying for retirement.
These elected officials have been with the city too long. So it was nice. Not to mention if they deceased, the wife, the spouse gets the money.
I have to find out, but I was told
and not only that, if they both die, their children under 21 get their money.
Okay, so
their pension.
So the rumors are, let's talk rumors, that these people are positioned or paid into, and if you look at it, you can say it's a rumor, but if you look at contributions, where the contributions come from, and that's public records, you can see where the monies went to. All the same people that were put in those 5 positions. We've got to stop this.
Well,
okay, that's one of the reasons I ran. You're running. I'm endorsing. I'll tell you right now, I'm endorsing you. Okay, because I know who you are. I know your integrity. I know your father's integrity. I know who you are. I'm endorsing you. We need people like you. We need to change this country, in my opinion. And I'm very adamant about this. $4 million. How can you take the 5 people?
As long as you have elected officials or candidates accepting money from big companies with compromises. Okay, for instance, the people that run Covanta, there were big donors for these elected officials nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me mention that in 2024, their contract is up for renewal. I understand that there is an organization called Echo Doral, okay, collecting 10,000 signatures to take the petition for the city of Miami-Dade, okay, county, okay, and the state, okay, for EPA to lower the standards on emission so that they reach their full capacity. They don't want them here. Mother's Day was terrible. The orders at Doral.
I heard there's a big stink in Doral. Huh?
Very stink.
Okay. But the landfills were there before the residents.
Well, then who do we blame? The elected officials that allowed in prior administrations thousands of homes being built around it without thinking about their health problems of our kids, the health problems of our elders. Okay, my grandchildren cannot go to their pool because they live in Grand Bay.
It smells horrible.
That's terrible. Yeah. You're right in the corner of
when I lived on 114th, this back many years ago.
It's terrible.
20 years ago, the smell was terrible.
But we're not here. That's an hour of discussion and of this topic. So I'm not here to talk about the
okay.
We have a year and a half to talk about this issue, and I hope that the city residents of Doral really think about signing this petition. Follow up in internet. You can find a lot of information. I will give you another page I will post it in my Instagram. But we have to sign this petition. We have to make it count. We have to tell our elected officials in Tallahassee and in Miami-Dade County, okay, that they don't want the trash here. So another issue.
Yeah, and I think that's a big issue we need to discuss. Let me say something though. We're not being innovative. There's no innovation in our city. Okay, if you look at and you do the studies, 99% of all trash produced can be recycled.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's look it up. Look it up. Now there's a bigger push for taking plastics. You can burn plastics without oxygen and turn it back into fuel.
Fuel. Okay. That is true.
But no one's looking into that. We just take the trash and we dump it.
Yeah.
And because
we burn it and then it burns.
We burn it. The particles are in the air. The stink is in the air. Yeah. Where are we going to go? How tall can we go? That's the highest mountain in Florida, right?
Well, another thing, and we can close this issue, is the fact that, as long this problem is not for the city of Doral. This problem is for the adjacent cities, Medley, Hialeah, Doral, Sweetwater. Regarding the Medley, the big mountain.
Well, the thing with Medley, there's no problem with Medley because Medley's all commercial. Basically, they have 80 homes or something like that.
But the air flows into the cities of Doral, Hialeah, and it's terrible.
There's a lot.
So there's a lot to discuss. Okay, the only way we can really make a difference if we sign the petition. I'm not here to promote the petition. However, I do support it. Okay, that we want the EPA to lower the standards in order for them to reach maximum capacity in less years.
Now, we've discussed this, you and I, and the reason I wanted to bring you on a show is because I want the truth to come out about the city of Doral. I really can't fathom that so many people voted for J.C. Bermuse and the others. Let's call them the others. Okay, I call it the Klan, but Carmen wants me to be nice.
The amount of voters, the amount of voters that turned out supposedly in 2020 was amazing. I mean,
but the big numbers were in absentee ballots.
oh, yeah.
Now we've had issues in Miami-Dade County with absentee ballots in the past, right? We've got some excellent campaign strategists
they should be eliminated. We should not have absentee ballot. I support a voter ID.
Mm-hmm.
Who purchased this data? Let me ask you. Who runs the elections for Miami? The Miami-Dade Election Department. Who are their bosses? Our city of Miami-Dade County officials, commissioners, and the city mayor and the county mayor.
Look, I'm not a politician. We mentioned this before.
Okay.
Carmen doesn't like it. My VP, my wife, my everything. Okay, Carmen Love. She doesn't like it. She doesn't want me to run again. But when I ran, I couldn't find it. But there was a rumor that the Bermudez clan, his campaign, spent $3,000 to investigate me.
Wow.
Okay.
I hope they didn't.
Is that politics? So you got to spend money to investigate. And by the way, I asked many times.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the videos for debate.
Yeah.
He would never debate me because you know what? He would lose.
So Michael Miller asked my opponent last year that if he will come for a debate in here, and obviously we didn't.
JC came on with Miami's community newspapers, but he didn't come on with me. Okay. Now here's a challenge. Since we're talking, let's talk. If they want to call it something, they're talking dirt or whatever we want to call it. I want to challenge. Put me on camera. You got to put my face on camera right now. Put me on camera because I want this challenge. I want JC Bermudez to sit here with me and talk to me. You talk about transparency. I want that transparency. I want Oscar Puig to sit with you.
Okay.
He ran against you. I want him to sit with you right here, and I want you to talk these points together. But you know what? I know that JC Bermudez would not appear next to me because he can't handle the truth. Okay, this is like A Few Good Men.
I know.
You can't handle the truth. Okay, that should be. You want transparency? That's transparency. I asked 4 months ago in January for the list of the businesses that got money from that grant that the city of Doral had.
Supposedly they haven't been funded.
I haven't gotten that yet.
No.
4 months ago.
Oh no! See, public records. Sit on it.
But we have to be nice. We have to give JC Bermudez and Oscar Puig and the rest of the council an opportunity to come here and discuss it, not with a script and a teleprompter script, but answering and having a conversation here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the interviewer, and I want him to interview me, and I want you to talk to Puig one-on-one. That's a challenge.
It'll be a great discussion.
And you know what? That's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen. But I challenge you, JC Bermudez, and I challenge Puig to sit here with Esquivel. I'll give you my spot here.
Okay.
Thank
you very much.
And we have that debate. We need transparency. Now, we made a mistake, you and I, when we ran.
What's that?
We didn't reach enough voters. But then again,
we needed funds. We didn't accept money from that compromised our office.
$200,000 JC raised against me.
$88,000, Mr. Puig. Okay. I raised from my aunt and a lot of family members $32,000, and I invested $10,000 out of my own money to run as a city council. I will do it again until I get there. So I'll see you next year in 2022.
Let's get positive now. We have, I think we have a few minutes. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Traffic. We got to fix that, and we can fix that. There are good things we can do. And one of the things is what you did this morning. You called 311. Well, we have to do it ourselves. Why?
Everybody should call 311 when they're stuck on a light that takes too long, because that's the only way that they know that the light is not working. I'm talking the county. Now, this is a call 97th Avenue between 53rd Street and 58th Street in Narrows. When you want to make a left, oh my God, what a mission. That street has to be extended. And I believe that runs for the city of Doral. Yeah, it is not a county road. So we need that other. Another thing, talking about streets in Doral and about the new campaign rules, the $500 bond, which was in place when we became candidates.
Yeah, but there's still bus benches out there from Canada.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
And they still have the bond
money
back. I
wonder if Mr. Bermudez received his refund of the $500 bond, because he will be in violation of that section.
Well, we can check public records.
Okay. You know what? Because there are still benches with political advertisement of Mr. Bermudez on 102nd Avenue between 41st Street and 53rd.
Well, he's prepping for 2022.
I don't believe so. I mean, he's not supposed to. We're not in elections. Okay. Let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting one. Next year, the elections at Doral is going to be a feast, and I'll be around to watch it. Okay. And I hope the city residents really take into consideration, okay, the fact that we run away from our countries, okay, from dictatorships and stuff like that, and the same people running the countries, we're looking at it right here in the middle and the center of Miami-Dade County, Florida, in a city called the city of Doral.
Yeah.
Everything that Mr. Bermudez wants, he gets.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is not a democracy. I applied to become as a partial member of the committee boards. I was the third one to apply.
You weren't chosen for any of them.
Thank you for the letter, Mr. Bermudez. It was an automated, nice letter, but I disagree totally. Okay, that I
With
didn't
your
qualify.
integrity and your time in business in the city of Doral, you should have been
Obviously.
chosen for an advisory board. But
Well, the advisory
and that's
boards
chosen by Bermudez and
and the council.
and so not they
Like
didn't choose you
everything.
for any advisory
But
board.
when you control the entire council, there's no democracy in this. In the everything. Go to the city page and see every single session. Everything is may, yay, everything. There's no nays anymore.
But there's still, like we discussed at the beginning, we're still not having live council meetings. They don't want
Oh,
our
that's
voice.
going to change.
You have to
okay?
email it in. But
Well,
when's it going to change?
Right to the
They're-
government.
it's-
Right to the
it's gotta
governor of
change.
Florida. You know, he lifted all the bans. So I expect that the next council meeting, which I believe is tomorrow, is at the city of Doral tomorrow, and the doors will be open. I mean, you can spend.
Is it? I don't think.
I don't know, but
Not
you
sure.
can go to the second floor, spend 8 hours to apply for a C permit, but you cannot go to the third floor. It's private.
That's-
okay.
That's where the offices are for the mayor.
Well, whatever.
And by the way,
Okay.
I want to remind you what I said earlier is when we finally go back to physical meetings,
Yeah.
all the meetings were at 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, we have to go back to that. The
6
residents,
PM meetings.
the 6 p.m.
They
meeting,
don't
so
wanna
that
hear-
when they leave
in my
work,
opinion,
can you imagine
no
the
one wants to hear
riots
from
that
the
will
residents.
happen? The problems that these people will hear if they open up at 6 o'clock in the afternoon? How many businessmen would like to say in front of the council their problem?
I remember how full
They
those
claim they
meetings were.
received thousands of complaints and thousands of emails, but they don't mention them. They do put them on the agenda, but it's not the same. There's no expression on paper.
No, there isn't.
Okay,
I
you
remember
have
the
to go
6 p.m.
tell your
Yeah.
people. You have to tell your elected officials how you feel. Okay, because your business is being damaged. Why a hotel? Okay, well, that was closed over a whole year. No people hasn't had funds from the city or the state for.
No, don't start me on funds. There was no with $54 million in reserves. They justify Bermudez and the rest of the council justify that we cannot use money to save businesses. Okay, and once again, I asked for those numbers.
Whoa.
And the money
Who
wasn't
said that?
the money wasn't the city's money. The money was the county from the.
It's like it's not their problem.
No,
of course it's their
no,
problem.
And that May 15th council meeting, one of the council members, I can't remember which one, said they should have planned.
They should have planned.
They should have planned.
Wow, it's like we knew that the pandemic was coming.
Yeah, we knew.
Come on, bro.
All right, we've had some great conversations. Now
Thank
we have
you.
to end this on a positive note. Okay, this is a tradition here that Michael likes, and I want you to reach out to the camera and talk to our kids and talk to our teens, and give them some motivational point, a motivational message about how they can do whatever. Well, I'll leave that up to you. Let's speak to the camera.
Well, don't. Is our future, our kids is so important. Get involved. It starts with your condominium association. Politics starts there. Get involved. Okay. Well, no, I mean the kids that are voting. Okay, the kids. I mean, there's a lot of kids. You'd be surprised how many kids would love are talking about politics, domestic politics. Don't listen to a lot of things that are negative. Okay, look at the positive side. Train yourself, study, prepare yourself. Okay, go to school. It's not TikTok. It's gonna make you rich. Go to school, prepare yourself. First of all, when you become when you get a degree, a bachelor's or a master's degree in public administration, get a job immediately so that in 10 years you will be able to get a job as a city manager. Now, seriously, get involved. If you get involved, you will make a difference. You guys, the future belongs to you guys. We're already in our way out, okay? Even though I have a long way to go, but the future belongs to you.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manny, for sending me.
Hopefully for Doral 2022.
Oh yes,
and if you do, I'm there with you. I'm pushing for you, man.
There will be a lot of seats, and I will be in one of them. Thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you to the Miller family.
Yes, definitely.
Community newspapers. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Don't forget, DoralChamber.org/We're Back. WEREBACK. Join us on May 25th at Top Golf for networking, brunch, and lunch. Networking. We're going to whack that ball, have some fun, meet some people, and grow our businesses. My name is Manny Sarmiento, CEO of Doral Chamber of Commerce. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you to the Miller family. Michael, we love you. Grant, we love you. Keep up the great work. God bless you all. You have an amazing day.